Alright, so I'm going to be showing how to open up and disassemble this Acer laptop. Alright, this is, let's go ahead and see, post-consumer recycled. Okay, interesting. So they use some recycled material, I guess, to make this thing. It has an Intel Evo. Alright, so the customer said this is having issues turning on, so we're going to check the battery. Sometimes resetting the battery might help, okay? There is a little battery reset button hole here, so if you use a pin, you can actually push on that, but I'm going to physically get to the battery connector and disconnect that. Alright, anyways, for Planet Earth, this is an Acer Aspire Vero, okay? The model number here, well, this isn't the real model number, but N22Q21, I'm assuming people might search for that, so I'm going to put that in the title. But the model is actually AV14-51-73LM. That's the model number of the computer, okay? We're going to be using a PH1 or JS1 screwdriver to remove the screws from the bottom, okay? You want to keep the screws in order because they can be different size, shape, and lengths. So let's go ahead and get the screws out, all right? If this video helps you out, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share my channel with others so that they can learn how to upgrade and repair their devices as well. And if it helps you save a bunch of money, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue making these videos for a living. Right? If you can't help out that way, it would help a lot if you could watch a few of my other videos and then like and comment on those as well, because that's what the algorithm likes to see. I also have another channel called It's Been Reviewed and More. Same profile picture, but zoomed in because it's a close look at things. Alright, Oreo, stop scratching your bed. Alright, anyways. Yeah, so the screws, the way I keep them in order is I put them flat side down like that on my desk in the pattern I remove them. So you got 4 here, 3 here, and then 4 more down here. Usually I like to work on it with the hinge side facing away from me. Oreo, there's no food inside your bed. Stop scratching at it. Alright, so let's go ahead and get all these screws out. Alright, and then we'll pop the bottom cover off. So I think the customer brought me this one before with a same issue, and basically the battery, yeah, just needs to be reset. So again, you can probably just push that battery button hole, but let's go ahead and take a look inside to see if there's anything weird causing it. Alright, Acer Aspire Vero. So after we get all the screws out, usually I'll get my fingernails in the gap here, and then I'll push with my thumbs on the palm rest, and you can see it pops out. Make sure you don't push on the touchpad, just the palm rest. Just like that. You can hear it unclips, and you can actually see the gap form there. Okay, once we get that open, you can kind of get in there, and I'll push with my thumb on the other side of the palm rest, pull up with my fingers here, and you can see the clips pop out. If they don't pop out, you can run your fingernail or a pry tool along the side to release the clips, just like that, okay? And then usually the back of the laptops will unclip on its own, but if it doesn't, then you can, same thing, just slide your fingernail or a pry tool along there. Okay, so this is what it looks like on the bottom of the cover, okay? And it looks just like every other computer. I wasn't sure if they put the little dots and stuff, speckles, as like they just splattered paint on it to make it look more recycled. I don't know. Alright, anyways. Let's go ahead and get a thumbnail here. Then we'll zoom in and take a look at all the components. So this has a separate CMOS, BIOS, RTC, real-time clock battery, whatever you want to call it. Let's go ahead and zoom in here. Okay, so the main battery connector is right here. We're going to peel this tape up, okay? And the connector itself has some wings on it. Usually I'll use my fingernails at the wings, and then I'll just wiggle it like this, and it should walk its way out just like that, okay? This, they put a dot on it so you know which side is up, so you don't accidentally plug it in upside down. As you can see, you want these metal gold pins facing down, okay? What else? Alright, so inside here, we have a separate board for the USB port here. And this USB port board also has the CMOS, BIOS, RTC real-time clock battery. You would grab it, wiggle it, and pull it out like that. I can't really tell what the model information is there. It's really hard to read. Is it going to focus? What is it? I don't know. It's really hard to read that, so I don't know if you'll even be able to read it. But this is a small battery. It's much smaller than a CR2032. Honestly, if it's 3 volts, I think you can also use a CR2032 kind with this connector. it would still fit in this area. So I don't know why they use this tiny one. Maybe it's a little bit cheaper. All right, if you're trying to get this cable out, there's a flip latch here. You flip that up and then you can pull this cable out. Wireless antennas are right here. Sorry, it zoomed in too much. Oops. So wireless antennas go here, they go underneath here, and then they go all the way to the wireless card here. If you want to remove the antennas, you go from the tail, pull straight up. I'm not going to pull them out because sometimes the solder is not good and it rips those connectors off. But there's the wireless card. Okay, one screw, when you remove that, it pops up slightly, or you can lift it up slightly and then pull it back. Same thing with the M.2 PCIe NVMe SSD. I'm not going to take it out, but one screw. After that, you can pull it up slightly and then pull it back. If you want to see how to remove these kinds of things, I have other videos where I actually take them out. Just let me know and I can send you one if you can't figure it out. But it's pretty simple. The one screw, it pops up again. It goes up slightly at an angle and then you just pull it out. And then when you put it back, same thing, put it in at that angle, lower it down, and then put the screw in. Anyways, one speaker connector here, and then that has a wire going from that speaker to the other over here. All right, no screws are holding it. It just has these little rubber things, so you can actually lift the speakers out easily. Battery, is there a model number here? So the battery model number is right there, AP18C7M. So if you need to replace the battery, that's what it is. Are there even any screws holding it? There's no screws holding this. So this battery just comes out. Okay, interesting. Here you can see this is, wow, okay, so the touchpad has two connectors. I'm assuming this is for the fingerprint sensor that's on it. There's a flip latch there, and then you can pull that out. Touchpad, trackpad connector here, flip latch here, you can pull that out. Keyboard backlight connector, you have to peel up this Kapton, Kapton tape or whatever it's called, and then you can flip this latch and pull this out. Keyboard connector is here, flip latch here, pull that out. Fan connector here, same thing, wings, wiggle, pull it out. This is the other end of that USB board. Flip latch on this side, you can flip that up and then pull that out. RAM is soldered to the motherboard here, so you can't upgrade or replace the RAM. CPU soldered to the motherboard, so you can't upgrade or replace that. Some people are like smart butts or whatever, and they're like, oh, so you can't unsolder the thing? You can unsolder it, but if you're gonna ask if you can upgrade this, then chances are you're not going to be able to do that. You're going to have to pay someone to do it, and it's not going to be worth whatever it costs to do it. Also, they do have like glue all around the CPU. Okay, so yeah, the glue on there, taking the CPU out is going to be extremely difficult, even for professionals, I would think. Okay, then they got all these other pieces under here. Usually this is like for the GPU and things, so they're cooling those components as well. It's basically these like square things. I don't know what these are called. Okay, I'm not a computer engineer, electrician kind of person that knows what all these little pieces do or what they are. So if you know, feel free to tell people. But anyways, this is the little battery reset button. So with the cover on, you can press that with a pin. You don't need to take the bottom cover off to access this. If you're going to mess with the LCD, LVDS connector, or whatever this is called, they change the names. There's different connectors. You do want to disconnect the battery. You don't have to take the battery out of the thing, but just disconnect the cable here and then open the laptop and press and hold the power button for at least 15 seconds before you mess with this. Otherwise, if you accidentally pull it out at an angle or something, or if the voltage is really high, it can arc across and it can burn and melt things. So you don't want to do that. You can burn the backlight circuit. You can burn this connector. You can burn the cable connector. You can burn your screen. Yeah, you don't want to do that. All right, so take the 15 seconds, press and hold the power button, drain the battery power, and yeah, DC jack charge port connectors right here. If you want to take it out, there's 3 more screws holding this hinge in place. After you do that, you can open the laptop slightly, close it back down, the hinge will be slightly up, you can get your finger under there and then rotate it to pry it out. All right, this connector basically just grab and wiggle. There aren't really any wings holding it, so if the charge port is actually broken, you can actually just grab the wire and kind of wiggle it to the side. Make sure you don't pull it up and down away from the thing. You just want to like side to side like this. All right, and I think that's about it inside here to look at. Okay, again, if you're not sure how to remove any of these kinds of connectors, feel free to let me know, and I can help you with another video that kind of shows it. Okay, and this is a little bit dusty, so I'm just going to clean it. Okay, it looks like this fan, they have like 2 layers, and then for some reason the dust all just gets stuck on one of those. But this doesn't look like a heavily used computer. It's not very dusty. It had a little bit of dust, but nothing extreme. Okay, putting the battery back in, you just line it back up and drop it in. It doesn't look like these tabs don't even fall into or go under anything. It just drops down on top like that, okay? So this battery isn't being held in by anything except for the bottom cover that just sandwiches it. All right, let's go ahead and plug the battery back in. I don't see anything weird in here, and we're just gonna plug it back in, okay? I think the other thing is you wanna make sure that the charge light is coming on. If the charge light isn't coming on, you can try pressing this little button here. And if you're lucky, that will fix it. Hold it for about 15 seconds, okay? We'll plug this guy in and see if it charges. Was it this side or the other side? No, there's only one on this side. So we'll plug that in. Okay, they only have a USB-C. Oops, you can't even see. The customers, they had a USB-C charger, but I don't know if it comes with one of these, the DC jack charge port connector. But yeah, this laptop you can charge with USB-C if yours just came with this round port, okay? Or it should be able to. And you can see now the light is orange. So before it wasn't even lighting up. So I don't know if something temporarily shorted it out or what. I don't see anything in here that would cause that kind of issue. If you want, you can kind of like just brush all the components to kind of make sure there's nothing, no dust or anything shorting it in here. And then you can kind of just blow the dust away. All right. And yeah, I mean, it's staying on. If you're going to open this while the battery is still in here, make sure to hold the battery because you don't want the battery to fall out since there's no screws. We'll push the power button. My guess is you see this liquid. Maybe they wiped it with some kind of liquid and then that messed it up. But you can see it's working just fine now. So I think they should be okay. All right. I don't know why they put the R backwards. What is that all about? Anyways, you can see it's on, right? Okay. So now all we're going to do is put the bottom cover back on and we should be good to go. And hopefully this video helped you guys out. If it did, again, like, comment, subscribe, share my channel with others so that they can learn how to upgrade and repair their devices as well. And if it helped you save a bunch of money, again, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue making these videos for a living. Right, again, if you can't help out that way, it would help a lot if you could watch a few of my other videos and then like and comment on those as well, because that's what the algorithm likes to see. Again, I also have another channel called It's Been Reviewed and More. Same profile picture, but zoomed in because it's a close look at things. Currently, again, those videos are on this channel as well, but I'm hoping to eventually have a separate channel for those reviews. And yeah, okay, all we gotta do now is put back all the screws. If you're having a hard time getting the bottom cover on, basically you want to push from the outside inwards and down at the same time, okay, because the clips basically grab under like that. So you're basically pushing it so that the clips go like this to lock back under. All right, last few screws. Sorry, all these screws. All right, but yeah, again, that's pretty much all there is to it. Hopefully this video helped you guys out, at least if you need to upgrade your battery, or I mean not upgrade, or replace your battery, upgrade the SSD, or replace other little components in here. I didn't really take a close look at how the keyboard is held in place, but I'm assuming it's held in with melted plastic, like all these new ones are. So usually if that's the case, it's better to replace the entire palm rest assembly rather than replacing the bare keyboard itself. So yeah, unless you can't find that piece, I would recommend that you replace the whole palm rest assembly if you're replacing the keyboard. Okay, let's get all these screws back in, and that's pretty much it. Pretty simple to open up and get apart. But yeah, not really much you can do except for upgrading the SSD in here and replacing the batteries or large components. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Anyways, yeah, I don't know why this has all these weird speckles on it. I'm pretty sure the yellowy specks and stuff is actually just paint they splattered on it, because if you look at this, there's no speckles on this. So yeah, I don't know if they get recycled plastic that they kind of just mush all together, and then to make it look fancier, they speckled this stuff and then put these accents. But yeah, anyways, that's pretty much it. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Let's drop this. Bye.